making a comeback on your screens this Sunday is Chinoy TV presents Chinese by Blood, Filipino by Heart. The second season will tell stories of more notable Chinoys, from life-saving doctors to big names in fashion and business. Let's talk now to the Emmy Award-winning director of the show, Michael Carandang. Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the second season. What can viewers look forward to in this new season?
I think from season one, what people, I think it resonated with the Chinoy community, with the Chinese Filipino community, is we tackled, or we tried to define and discuss what makes a modern Chinoy. I think this season, we are going beyond borders, meaning not just highlighting Chinoys within the metro or Binondo or San Juan. We're actually going to Cebu, outside Metro Manila, to feature some of the Chinoys that we think deserves to be featured within the docu-series.
You have 13 episodes in season 2. There are so many sterling Filipino-Chinese personalities. How did you narrow them down to just these chosen ones?
To be honest, it's from actually with the guidance of the president of Chinoy TV, which is Alvin Tan, and his advisors. Like, we really went into looking who we think might be of interest for this season. The goal for this season is, I think, a lot of times we tend to define a group of people. I think it's just natural for us to do that. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to go beyond the stereotypes, beyond limitation, what's expected out of a Chinese Filipino in the Philippines, and try to highlight, different Chinoys from different fields, not just in business, not just in entrepreneur, but also in fashion, in front of television. We have Valerie Tan, who's also a mainstay in CNN Philippines, who came with very interesting stories that when she started out in the industry, how she felt that she didn't deserve to be part of this industry, that she didn't even use her real name, her real last name. So we wanted to highlight some of the things of what these Chinoys went through, just to break free from what is expected out of them, and also to show that by merging the tradition and their modern point of view, that they're able actually to be successful in whatever field they've chosen.
Why is it important, Michael, to tell the story of our Filipino-Chinese community?
It's very important because actually Chinoys TV's goal ever since from the beginning is to be able to put a spotlight in the Chinoy experience. And I think it was timely when we launched the first season last year. It was during the height of the pandemic, and it was also during the height of when COVID came out. Whenever there was a Chinese, there were a lot of news about, the loyalty of the Chinese Filipinos. Are they loyal to China, or are they loyal to the Philippines? And Chinoy TV wanted to make sure that, to prove that, Chinese Filipinos are Filipinos, that they live here, they grew up here. Yes, they have the values that they've inherited from their ancestors, but their loyalty is to the Philippines. And I think it was important for Chinoy TV to be able to at least create that balance of point of view, that not everything is just for, it's one-sided. So we wanted to be able to showcase different sides of that.
How different is this new season from the previous one? What new angles did you explore as a director?
Yeah, I think season one, we took a more serious approach to it, because I think as the first season was going along, we wanted to find a modern Filipino. We were fortunate enough to be able to get a yes from Teresita Angsi, where she talked about the history of Chinoys in the Philippines. We were able to, talk about, obviously we live in a different age now, but a lot of in the Chinoy community, there was a fear of kidnapping during the 90s, and what the Chinoy community did in order to protect their own community. So I think this season, we're tackling more about just going beyond the stereotypes of what is expected out of Chinoy. Like, if you're Chinoy, you must go into business, but now we're also highlighting Chinoys that are in entertainment, are fashion bloggers, that are industrial designers, like Kenneth Cobonfe, which is our second episode. So it's one of those things that, though they always have that business background because they grew up with that, they're able to mix that with things that they are passionate about, which is not, most of the time, is not the typical route most Chinoys would go to.
And, Michael, I want to ask you personally, directing this whole season and, of course, the past seasons of this program, what have you learned from filming the inspiring stories of our Filipino-Chinese community?
A lot, actually. I think discipline is number one. I think it's when you talk about discipline, when you talk about hard work, I think, though I feel like I'm a hard worker, but I feel like as a Filipino American, I was motivated. My hard work was motivated by reward, and based on my interpretation from the Chinoys that I've interviewed, their hard work is just because they just have to. Like that's part of what they had to do. There's no question asked. And I feel like growing up in the US, I needed to be motivated just to work hard. And I learned from the Chinoy community, sometimes that's just part of the reality of things, as you just have to, you have to be disciplined. There's no question to ask. You go up there and you do what you needed to do. And a lot of them actually,
Right.
I learned also how, everything kind of, the values that they learn from their parents as far as how to really build a business, it's been passed down from generation to generation, and it still shows to the younger generation of Chinoys who are starting their own businesses.
Looking forward to these 13 episodes of Chinoy TV presents Chinese by Blood, Filipino by Heart. Thank you so much, and all the best to you,
Thank you so much.
Michael Carandang.